Good evening, and I've got some breaking news on really how much gold and silver do you need to actually really have a fulfilling life, for example, for now as well as for your future or your loved one's future. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking this down for you, and stay to the end because I am giving away some free gifts as well, free downloads as well. And hi, my name is Christine Crowell, and today silver and gold prices, they are soaring. And this is really amazing because this is not just a price spike, really. It is a signal that the monetary system we rely on is literally cracking under pressure. Now, the US dollar is losing its dominance. Inflation is really biting harder, and things are really getting rough with regards to the US dollar, for example. And is it really the smart money? You know, we always used to say cash is king. Well, I don't believe that anymore now. And that's what I used to say. You know, for many years I used to hear that cash is king, but it's not. Silver, gold is king. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down today the gold prices and the silver price increase, and it really is increasing. Like I said, it's holding its own and it's going above and beyond, for example. So what this really means for us, for the US dollar, for example, and how you can build your wealth, your retirement plan using gold and silver to protect yourself and your family, no matter what happens. Okay, so I wanted to also mention that we need to really be thinking about how much money we need to live on in the eventuality that the crisis does hit you, for example. Even though no one's mentioned that there's a recession, but this looks, smells, walks, talks like a recession, literally. And I've been through 3 of them, so I'm looking at these patterns. There's familiar patterns here that I am seeing that we are going through again. It's like when I mentioned the other day that, you know, when you see history repeating itself, this is a pattern. It's history repeating itself. And same with like fashion, for example. Okay, like when you see the same outfit that you used to wear come back in fashion again, it's history repeating itself. There's lots of signals and signs that we can see that we don't really take in. But today is about gold and silver price surge, and I'm going to go into that more deeper. So here are some numbers as of today, and I've just looked as well. So I've gone on to Kitco's site, for example. That is the silver chart as well as the gold charts, and currently at the moment the silver for 1 ounce is $32.89. And that is going up at the higher price is $33.04. So this is an increase of, say, 1.86%. Wow, isn't that amazing? And then gold price has increased from it's $3,338.30 up to $3,340.30. That has been an increase in one day of $109.20. Now imagine if someone was to give you $109 in a day, would you turn that away? You wouldn't, would you? You'd be like, thank you, wouldn't you? So with gold, that has also made an increase of 3.38% increase. These are significant moves, and it indicates growing concern in a global financial system such that it jumps to the responses to increasing, and this is creating fears about inflation, debt levels, and geopolitical instability. Now I'm going to go into a bit more about the dollar in its decline, for example. So let's be honest, the US dollar is weakening. Over 34 trillion in US debt currently. This is rising interest payments. Countries moving away from the dollar reserve, for example, gold. They are literally buying gold and silver, not treasuries. So the global monetary system is shifting, and the people, unfortunately, some will suffer the most if they wait and leave it too long, for example. The dollar is buying less every year. You see it when you go to the supermarkets. You see it when you buy things and you hardly come out with anything. And you think, wow, I've just spent all that money and what have I come out with? So let me go into some historical context for you. And this is called the gold, it's called the gold confiscation, for example. Did you know that in 1933, the US government made it illegal to own gold? Yes, citizens were required to turn in their gold. Why? Because gold was real money, and the government needed it to pay its own debts. But could this happen again? Maybe not in the same way, but digital currency control, capital restrictions, and wealth taxes are all potential risk. For example, money we have in our banks, for example, we've seen it over a number of years. You've seen it where people were only allowed to draw out a certain amount of money each day, or even when you go to your own bank and you try to draw money out, and you have to, if it's over a certain amount, you've got to say, what do you want it for? And write a note as to why you want your own money. Something wrong there. Same with when you go to make a payment. And yes, it's good that they protect you, don't get me wrong, from fraud, etc. It's absolutely brilliant. But sometimes when you actually say, yes, I want to make that payment, you've then got to explain yourself. What is it for? Why are you spending this amount of money? As if it's their business and not yours. And I understand they're there to protect you, but at the same time, it is your money. You should be able to go walk into a bank and draw money out that is over a certain amount without you being questioned. What do you want it for? Can you please complete this piece of paper, write on here what it's for, and sign, please. The signs are there. They've been there for a number of years, to tell you the truth. So, like I said, could this happen again? It could in possible digital currency control, capital restrictions, and wealth taxes are all potential risk. That's why planning ahead is your best defense. You got to be, like I said last year when I was talking about creating crisis fund, protecting your wealth, protecting your legacy. You got to be strategic. You got to be like a Navy SEAL when you're looking at building your wealth.